Hello, everybody. Today, we are going to be playing a game about digging a hole, which is both a description of the game and the game's actual title. So, it is pretty much as simple as it sounds. You go out into your backyard, you dig and collect ore underground, like this stone that you can see me collecting here. And then you go sell the ore. You make money. You can upgrade your shovel, your carrying capacity, your battery for your shovel, and you can buy a jetpack to make maneuvering in the tunnel a little easier. You can also buy lamps to illuminate the darkness and dynamite to blow up tough stones. So, this game came out last year. It was a bit of a meme game at the time. I mean, a meme game is maybe a sort of a rude way of putting it. It was like a streamer game, I guess, or just one of those games that kind of flashed up as a brief little popular thing. And I just thought I would pick it up and give it a try. It seemed kind of fun, kind of rhythmic and relaxing, and maybe a fun little backdrop for a video. So, given the repetitive nature of what I'll be playing here, I probably won't be commentating on the game too much. This might be a bit more of a rambly video, or maybe even kind of a trigger video. In fact, why don't we jump in with some of that? How about some beard scratching? I did that some time ago, and some people seem to do quite enjoy it. And I certainly enjoy it myself, so are upgrading our equipment as well. Although I am holding off on buying the jetpack at the moment because our hole is still so small, it doesn't really seem like it would provide much value. When we get much deeper in and it starts to offer time-saving benefits, then we can invest in a jetpack. You also have to be careful not to run out of battery because you explode and I think you lose all of your ore. So it's very inconvenient. I'm going to need to oil my beard after this. I'm rubbing it in, all directions against the grain and such. It's getting all splayed out. Need to go get my beard oil, my beard brush, and give it some tender, loving care after this. Keep my beard pretty close trimmed. I don't let it get very long. I enjoy the kind of close cropped style. I trim the length every day, looking for long hairs and such. But I do not shape it every day. I'm a little less on the ball when it comes to the shaping. So right now I've got the neck is going a little wild. All of these hairs down here. These are all the very short hairs on my neck, where I normally shape the beard so that there's nothing growing there. But as I've said, I'm negligent in my grooming for the past couple days in terms of shaping. I do enjoy having the beard, especially in the winter time, like right now. Gives a nice layer of protection to the face and, those biting cold winter mornings where you walk outside at 7 a.m. and your whole body just rejects being out there. It's nice to have a little barrier in those moments. I've been meaning to make another fitness video. I did that leg workout one last year. I was thinking of doing, some sort of arms or shoulders, something push or a pull day or whatever. But kind of injured my shoulder recently, and so I have not been super confident with the rambling portion of the video at this point, so might go any which way. But I need to get in and get my shoulder checked so I can see. I have given it, sometimes you hurt yourself, and often it feels like, well, just ease up on it, not use it and it should be fine, but my shoulder at this point, I've kind of given it enough time that it should have started improving by now, so I think I need to go have it looked at. So I don't know when we'll get back to the workout videos. For now, we continue to dig holes. This game was made a very short period of time. I don't know the full story, but I don't know if it was like a game jam game. I don't think so. But it was a very quickly developed game. And I think it's nice, simple games like this. In an era where AAA games just get bigger and bigger and more expensive, take longer to make. It's a nice reminder that games can be simple and satisfying. It does feel these days that I don't know, like the AA game kind of doesn't exist anymore. Or at least it's a much smaller share of the video game space. We used to have these tiers of game development. The really big, huge ones with lots of resources behind them. They would take a long time to make. And then we would have these AA games below them. It feels to me like nowadays every game is this massive, 5 to 10 year undertaking, or it is a, small, plucky indie game. Those mid-tier games are kind of absent now. Of course, I know you guys won't believe it, but my neighbors started their washing machine. The funny thing is, if I try to record earlier in the day, they start it then. And if I try to record later in the day, they're doing their laundry then. It'd be nice if they could just stick to a schedule, Then I could work around it. So, how has your new year been going? This is always a bit of a drudgery time of year for me. I don't have, seasonal affective disorder or anything, but, when you leave the house in the morning and it's just freezing cold, it just makes your soul want to, crawl into a hole a little bit. But, let's see, I just started the Fallout show, Season 2, which I know I'm behind on, but I'm catching up on that. I just watched the first episode, which was fine. It was a little, I realized, how much I had forgotten about Season 1. There was a lot going on in Season 1. A lot of characters and plot lines that I really didn't remember the details of. But it was fun to, get back into it. Enjoy that Fallout world which they brought very nicely to the screen. I've also been enjoying the Dark Souls board game, which is pretty old at this point. Came out, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, something like that. And I bought that game when it came out, and have played it off and on, every couple of years. And for Christmas, I got an expansion for it. And so I have been playing a Dark Souls board game campaign. And that's been pretty fun. The game is it's kind of cool. So you pick your character class, and you get a board that has like a special ability based on that class. And you can also level up your stats, and every character has their own stat spread. Things that they are better at, worse at. And so you fight through encounters, and you have a certain number of lives, basically, as a team called Sparks. And if anybody on your team dies, even just one person, you reset the whole game board, all the enemies respawn, and you are sent back to the bonfire. And then, of course, just like in Dark Souls, all the souls that you have accumulated are dropped in the spot where you died, and you have to go back and pick them up. So, it's pretty enjoyable. It can be a little loot, RNG dependent, because all of the loot for the vast majority of the game, all of the loot that you're getting is coming from this big deck, and every character that you have in the game adds like character specific loot cards into the deck. So one of the people that I'm playing with is is playing the Sorcerer, and we have just been pulling no good loot for him. So he's been kind of dead weight. You know, we've found some stuff for him to do where he can be kind of useful, but that's one thing in the game that is a little, and I've noticed it in the past campaigns as well. If you get really bad luck with your loot pulls, you can end up in a pretty difficult situation. This stone here is the type that we need to blow up with the dynamite. It is unbreakable with our shovel. I'll also call out that I did buy the jetpack, so we can zip up into the air. The important part, of course, is the jetpack also consumes your battery, so you have to make sure that you're saving enough battery life to fly back with the jetpack. New material found. We got some silver. I think breaking through into these sort of pre-existing caverns is... Oops, my inventory was full. Duh. Breaking through into these pre-existing caverns has some pretty good loot in it. Save the game and we will charge our battery. And there's no need to upgrade our jetpack yet. We really just need it if we fall into this pit. We definitely don't want to get stuck. But yeah, so the Dark Souls game has a lot of fun elements. I've got a handful of expansions for it, so you can get invaded by, hostile spirits. There's, a variety of bosses from the games. Ornstein and Smo, the Old Dragon Slayer, the Boreal Outrider Knight, the Dancer of the Boreal Valley, the Belfry Gargoyles, Bell Gargoyles. Right, so Dark Souls 1 is the Bell Gargoyles, and then Dark Souls 2 is the Belfry Gargoyles. Am I right on that? Yeah, so I've been enjoying that. When it comes to board games, I am into the more intense ones. One of my favorite sort of casual, and when I say casual, I mean like you can play it in a single session, board games is Root from Leader Games. It's an amazing game, I love it. There's a new expansion for it coming out very soon. Sorry, I just got distracted. I was just staring at the way that these holes get made by the shovel. There's something kind of, I don't know, it's like artistic or something, the way these little holes just pop into the rock wall, into the dirt. But my favorite board game, certainly my favorite board game of the kind of intense campaign length games, and was introduced to me by my brother. And when I went to college, my brother, I moved away to go to college, but my brother was also going to a different college in the same area that I went to. So we lived together, and actually my other brother was there as well. So we would have like Sunday game nights to sort of stay in touch, stay connected. And we're all gamers, we all like board games. So we would do a variety of games, but the real big one that we played was Kingdom Death, which my brother had found and he was super into, and this massive Kickstarter campaign. You can sink hundreds and hundreds of dollars into it. So all these expansions, and my brother, he would sell his plasma and use his plasma money as his Kingdom Death funds. So his blood money paid for his game. And Kingdom Death is incredible. It is this huge, in-depth, like combat RPG simulator thing. But there's also a settlement building mechanic where you have a whole town of people with a population, and your characters, because your characters are going to die, it's that kind of game, you're going to lose your characters. And so then your next character comes from, the town, comes from your population. And sorry, my mind was wandering again. So this settlement phase, basically the game is structured. You have a settlement phase, and then you go out on a hunt, and there's a hunt phase where you can have like random encounters in the wilderness. And then you catch the monster out in the wilderness, and you fight it in the combat phase. And so the combat is so well designed, it's so fun. There's all these items, armor sets and weapons, and all with different abilities. And there's different ways that you can arrange your items on your character board to get additional bonuses. And the boss mechanics are really fun to engage with. They're super dangerous and deadly and tactical. And then the settlement phase is super fun. It's very narratively juicy. The game world is super dark and interesting. And compelling, very compelling visuals and encounters and such. And of course, the settlement phase is also very mechanically important because, it'll be something like you'll have a random event in your settlement where a giant stone sculpture of a head emerges from the ground, and then you can choose any of your people in the settlement and have them walk into the mouth of the stone head. And when you do that, you roll a die, and depending on the result, something happens to the character. So, if you roll a d10, a 10 will be deep in the heart of the stone head, you find a sword, gleaming with light, gain this special weapon. And if you roll a 7 through a 9, it'll be like, you fight your fears and walk into the darkness of the head, gain one, willpower. I forget the names of the stats, but, gain one willpower or bravery or whatever. And then if you, on the other end, roll like a 2 through 4, it'll be like as you are leaving the head, the teeth slam shut, and your leg is chopped off. Gain the trait missing leg. And so then that has all of these mechanical consequences. Oh, and then of course, it's pretty much all the time that if you roll a 1 on whatever it is you're doing, it's usually like the teeth slam shut, you're lost in the head, and you starve to death. Lose the character. But yeah, it's really my type of game, and unfortunately, the brothers do not live close to each other anymore, and so we are not playing Kingdom Death these days, but I dream of the day when, I'm living in the same area as my brothers again, and we can play another Kingdom Death campaign. So, we're getting pretty set up here. Gonna upgrade my drill again, or my shovel, and now it is a drill rather, so I'm excited to see what this bad boy does. Let's head down into the depths. Let's give this thing a test. Oh, and also I'll just blow this up real quick. Yeah. Okay, I guess that wasn't really necessary, but revealed some new ore. This is very satisfying to use this drill now. But we can explore whatever this little door is here. Looks like a mine shaft entrance or something. Just gonna kind of clear the area here. We do have a lot of exposed ores that I have yet to collect. Inventory full, okay. I need to upgrade my inventory slot. Now that we are, taking a little longer to go in and out of the tunnel, it would be good to get that better inventory. Also, in case you're noticing my recklessness, I don't really care about taking health damage. It's kind of dirt cheap to just heal yourself, so I see no real need to be cautious. I wonder what happens if you run out of health, though. Do you die? Do you lose the game? Do you have to start over? Or do you, is it basically just like running out of battery? You just respawn up top with no health. So, I think, yeah, it might be time to just clear this entrance a little more. I probably don't even need to bother selling this this whole network is going to go, but going down the loop-de-loop every time. Alright, inventory full and battery critical, so let's get ourselves back in here. If we're going down super deep, at some point I'll probably want the advantage of just a straight vertical shot. Alright, show me the surface. Show me the sky. There we go, there's the sun. Beautiful. My beautiful sun. Alright, that's nice. Now we have another little, just a route here. Clear it out a little bit more so that I don't have to, hit a bullseye to drop down into it. Let me see, what else is going on in life? I won't bother you with work stuff, but it's been pretty busy on that front. There's a lot going on there. But let's see if there's anything fun going on. Oh, I'm gonna see the new 28 Years Later on Tuesday after making this video. I'm gonna go see the new 28 Years Later movie, The Bone Temple, which is I'm really excited about because I went and saw the first one 28 Years Later last year and thought it was just phenomenal. It was so good. It's got Aaron Taylor Johnson and Rafe Fiennes, and I don't think I know any of the other actors' names. The little boy in it is very, very good. But yeah, Danny Boyle came back because they didn't do 28 Weeks Later, the sequel, or Danny Boyle didn't do 28 Weeks Later. Wait, is it Danny Boyle and Alex Garland, right? Alex Garland wrote and Danny Boyle directed 28 Days Later, is that right? I think it is, but I don't know those facts off the top of my head super well, so I could be wrong. But, yeah, so 28 Days Later with, Cillian Murphy and Christopher Eccleston. It's a great movie, very enjoyable. Kind of intense if you don't know what it's about. But I'll just say, the zombies are not the worst part of it. Oh, and 28 Days Later has Brendan Gleeson in it too, right? Doesn't he play the dad? I think he does. Anyway, so that's a great movie. 28 Weeks Later was not done by Alex Boyle, or Danny Boyle, pardon me. And so they came back to the franchise for 28 Years Later. Sorry. I don't know why this suddenly became movie talk. That's fine, I warned you that this would be a rambling video, so. You're on my ship now. We go where I choose. So we got some nice loot from this little mine shaft here. So anyway, yeah, the gang got back together. Garland and Boyle for 28 years later. And I just thought it was a fantastic movie. It is extremely tense and terrifying from a, horror movie perspective, from a zombie movie perspective. But it is also, it just has this heart to it, this beauty, this heart-rending beauty. And I adored it. I mean, it was one of my favorite movies I've seen in the past few years. So, I am super, super excited for the Bone Temple. And I hope that it matches or approaches the quality of the first one. So I will be going to see that on Tuesday, and I'm very excited. One of my friends is a real movie buff. She has, it's kind of cool actually, she has these two posters on her wall that her husband got her, and each one, each poster is covered in 50 maybe or 100 little rectangular movie posters or movie icons, and they're covered up by I guess scratch ticket, covering whatever that material is. And so whenever you see one of the movies listed, the idea is that you scratch off that section of the poster, and you can kind of track the movies that you're seeing. And there's a whole, variety of, very well-regarded movies. So it's a fun way of A, tracking what you've seen, and B, pushing you to see new movies. Maybe movies that you wouldn't normally have seen otherwise. Alright, I just let out the burp of the century. It was like an atomic bomb. So I'm going to cut that out. Yeah, so there's it's kind of a fun way of getting you to see certain movies and going through the classics such as they are. There's a lot of, I think we're all like this, right? There's a lot of movies, books, and so on that are kind of famous, culturally very famous, foundational in some sense. Everybody knows the names of these things, but sometimes we just never get around to actually engaging with it ourselves, never actually seeing the movie or reading the book. So, anyway, I brought that up. Why did I bring that up? Just because I'm gonna go see the movie with this friend of mine. Because I can always rely on her to be excited about seeing a movie that I want to see. I just watched, speaking of Brendan Gleeson, I just watched In Bruges with her the other night, which is a fantastic movie. I love it. Martin McDonagh is sneakily one of the best filmmakers alive, in my opinion. Let's see, In Bruges, which is fantastic. billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, which again, just phenomenal. The Banshees of Inisherin, another incredible movie. I mean, the man just does not miss. Of course, the Banshees of Inisherin also has Brendan Gleeson from In Bruges, alongside Colin Farrell, who was his co-star in Bruges as well. So the three of them, I imagine, are kind of a friendly group, probably. They like working together. McDonough, Gleeson, and Farrell. Can talk a little bit maybe about over the holiday season when I was, hanging out with my family. What I was watching then. I watched Pluribus with my family, the new Vince Gilligan show, which was good. Did I just talk about that in a video? I think I might have. We also watched a bunch of It-related stuff. We watched the new show, It, Welcome to Derry, and we watched the 1990 Tim Curry mini-series. And Welcome to Derry was okay. Actually, on balance, I think it was pretty bad, but it had some high moments. It had some stuff I liked, and then it had a lot of stuff that I thought was really poorly executed. But then I did get, because I was watching that stuff with my parents while I was visiting my parents for the holidays. I don't know if I made that clear, but so after we watched all that stuff, my mom bought me the It book by Stephen King for Christmas, which I've never read, so I'm excited to read that once I finish the current book I'm working through. Although it is huge, it's like 1,000 pages or something. Which is, very Stephen King. He is verbose. He is prolix. One of my favorite book series rather, is the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. And reading that thing start to finish is like longer than the Bible. But it's really good. And there's actually a Dark Tower series in the works. And the Dark Tower movie that came out some years back with Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba was really terrible. So that was pretty disappointing. But this new Dark Tower series is being made by what is his name? I love this guy. He's like one of my favorite modern horror creators. this guy is doing the Dark Tower series, and I am very excited for that. I know that it's a huge undertaking, and I don't know if, it's the kind of thing where I don't want to get my hopes up too high because it is a monster to adapt. But, if there's anybody who can give me hope that it might turn out well, it's him. So I'm looking forward to it. Of course, no idea when that will come out, probably years from now, at a minimum. Because the last I heard of it, which was some months back, I don't think there were even, scripts yet at that point. So production is going to take a very long time. Let's see, what else did I watch worth talking about over the break? Oh, my mom enjoys reality television, and I got kind of sucked into the Squid Game, the challenge, I think it's called. The Squid Game reality TV show. Which is, such an ironic thing considering the message of Squid Game and what that show was about. And then, of course, it gets turned into a reality television show. But I have to say, it was pretty engrossing. These reality TV show editors, they do a damn good job at sucking you in. It's edited in such a, just such an addicting way. I would walk through the room and it would be on, and suddenly I would find myself on the couch, unable to leave. So, did you have a good holiday season? What have you been reading or watching lately? Pluribus was pretty good. To be totally blunt, I didn't find it nearly as engaging as Better Call Saul, the last Vince Gilligan show. But, we don't gotta pit two queens against each other. So I enjoyed Pluribus. And, let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else coming up that I'm particularly excited about. Yeah, I don't think so. Nothing is springing to mind as something I've been on tenterhooks waiting for, so. We are getting way down into the depths here with these, lava rocks. And if you touch the lava rocks, it does hurt you. We got a bunch of platinum here, which is very valuable. Ooh, and diamond. We have reached diamond. Diamond armor, full set. Oh, you know what? That was actually something else that I did watch. guys, was the Minecraft movie. The Minecraft movie. Which was kind of fun because I finally got to see all of the, the stimming memes in context. This is a crafting table. Diamond armor, full set. Chicken jockey. As a child, I yearned for the mines. Could just do an entire video of me repeating the Minecraft movie quotes. It was, not a very good movie, but it's for children, so it was fun enough for a kids movie. I think my roommate is walking through the apartment. She was asleep when I started recording, so I couldn't ask her to, be quiet, but I will see how things go. I heard a door close, which I'm sure you heard as well. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna. Alright. I went out into the hall. I had a fucking anime fight with my roommate. So now she's gonna be quiet. But then there were dogs barking from upstairs and outside. It's crazy, man. But we are back at it again with the white vans, so let's get these diamonds. A lot of this lava rock stuff. Might be nice to blow it up so I'm not injuring myself every time I try to squeeze through that hole. So, I don't even remember what I was talking about before, but I'm sure it was something unimportant, so we can just get back to digging. The dog is barking again. Oh my god. Alright. Dog is barking somewhere. I'm gonna go, that would be rude. I was gonna say I'm gonna go neuter him if he doesn't shut up, but he's probably, neutered already. Yeah, if the, local environment does not calm down a little bit, I might have to wrap this video up before we find whatever is at the bottom of my backyard. But what was I talking about? Doesn't matter. So, something like this to get through the whole experience in one video. I could go do some of those brain rot games, as I call them. Do another brain rot games video, like the YouTube brain rot games. I did a few of the videos. I did a few videos on that, like a year ago, maybe. Less than a year, but I don't know, 8 to 10 months. That's kind of a similar idea, you know. The videos don't fill up, or the games rather, don't fill up a whole video, but you can get through, you know, the entire experience. You know, show all there is to really see in the game. A whole handful of them in one, you know, little ASMR video installment. So okay, we are in some sort of special cavern. Oh, that's creepy. The lamp flickers out. But yeah, I think it'll be fun to do another one of those brain rot games, compilations. I think. Hey, whoa. Oh, he sees me. He is not happy that I'm here. We are going to leave and get ourselves out of there. Well, we have certainly found something deep below our backyard. Can't use dynamite here. What? I thought maybe I could blow up the giant mole. Blow up the giant mole monster. Apparently not. We must practice nonviolence. And, you know, in fairness, we did kind of walk into this guy's house uninvited, and he charged at us, so maybe it would be rude to just blow him up with dynamite. It does feel a little bit like we are in a maze here. Could hope we have been spotted. At this point, we just gotta keep running. I think with our jetpack, we can probably hop over their heads safely and treasure. A treasure chest. We're rich. We're rich. Oh no. There's nothing in the treasure chest. Uh-oh. Alright, well. So ends our adventure below our backyard. So thank you for joining me as I dug a hole and rambled about board games and movies and such. Maybe a kind of a boring video, but I sort of just wanted an excuse to chat, talk about random things. So I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, my friends, please do take care of yourselves, and I will do the same.